Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan from the Hyperpigmentation Clinic. I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So this whole channel is dedicated to skin of color. And I get asked all the time, so what exactly is skin of color and why is it different? And does it really need different skincare? Well, here's the thing. With skin of color, first of all, you need to know whether or not you have skin of color, which is basically if you're more likely to tan rather than burn in the sun, then you consider to have skin of color, which means that your melanocytes, the cells that produce the pigment melanin, are larger and they are easier to trigger. So that means that if you have skin of color, you're more likely to pigment with one scratch, one bite, and one burn. And I know a lot of you told me to go make the t-shirt, and I listen. So here we go. One scratch, one bite, one burn, and we hyperpigment, and that's on the back. So I've treated over 40,000 pigmentation cases for skin of color at my clinic, at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, with a 95% success rate. So you can follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic, and also follow me on at Skincare by Dr. V, where I do a lot of our YouTube behind the scenes information and polls, etc. Today's video is all about toners. What are toners? Are they really necessary, or are they a bit of a gimmick? Which are the best toners for skin of color? Which are the best ingredients in our toners? Which ingredients do we need to avoid? And at the end, I will give you my favorite, like my top 3 toners dependent on your skin type. So make sure you hang around for that bit. Let's dive right in. So toners basically have 3 main functions. The first function is to replace hydration after your cleansing. So that's why you want to look for ceramides in your toner. You want humectants. You want things that are going to hold water in that top layer of skin. You also want to add skin restoring ingredients. So things like antioxidants are also fantastic ingredients to look for in your toner. And lastly, you want to remove any excess dirt. That's also the third function of what a toner does. So Dr. V, how do we use a toner? How do we put that into our skincare routine? So what you want to do is first you cleanse, then you tone, and then you exfoliate. After that, you would apply any actives, but don't forget with skin of color, when you've exfoliated, we don't then apply vitamin A or any other irritants, no other acids that are going to exfoliate the skin further. We don't want to double exfoliate for skin of color. So what you would do is, you don't need to tone every day, for example. I would specifically do it on the days that you are going to exfoliate. So it's basically cleanse, tone, so that's hydrate the skin. It's a liquid moisturizer, and then exfoliate. That way you're getting a very gentle, non-inflammatory process taking place, which is very important for skin of color. So how do you choose the best toner for you? Well, first of all, you have to look at your own skin. What are you trying to achieve? If you've got, for example, dry, dehydrated, aging skin, then you want to hydrate the skin. You want to put in skin restoring ingredients like ceramides, for example, and peptides, etc. If, however, you have oily skin and you want to control sebum, then you would want ingredients like niacinamide in there. So it really does depend, and non-comedogenic ingredients as well if you've got oily skin. So you need to look at your own skin and see what's missing, and that's what you want to add with your toner. Okay, so the classic mistakes made when it comes to toners are ingredients such as menthol, witch hazel, denatured alcohol. I think it was a very old-fashioned thing to do, which was to strip the skin of oils. However, an inflammatory cascade is taking place. You have a free radical bonanza in your skin, and it's not good. It is a bad party. It leads to premature aging over a long period of time. Now, I know a lot of people are DMing me saying, but over a short period of time, is it fine? What's happened is when clinical studies take place, they take place over a period of weeks, maximum a few months. They don't take place over decades. And the problem is with free radicals, they damage the collagen in our dermis. And this happens over a long period of time. You see the results of this 10 years later. It doesn't happen straight away. And so actually, you just need to be sensible. I think it's important to look at the science. It's important to see what's actually happening at a cellular level and then extrapolate what's going to happen over a longer period of time. You should only be putting things on the skin that are going to improve your skin. Everything else, I would just delete from the skincare routine. And that's why I'm not a fan of alcohol. Witch hazel is actually distilled in alcohol, and so it has alcohol in it. So yeah, I talk a lot about witch hazel as well, so avoid. And menthol is a very sensitizing ingredient, avoid. Also avoid any essential oils. Essential oils really have no place in skincare. I fully understand that, you want to have the nice smells and things. And I would say, have incense and have, diffusers. I'd rather you had that. I love diffusers, but I would never put it on my skin because it's unnecessary. And it's actually just a marketing tactic. It's a way to sell product to you. So avoid. So Dr. V, what are the good ingredients then? So the good ingredients are hydration, things like glycerin, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, fantastic. I love anti-inflammatory ingredients and skin soothers. So things like panthenol, bisabolol, aloe, these are all fantastic in your toners, especially if you've got red, irritated skin. The antioxidants that I love for us are green tea extract and resveratrol. Don't forget, antioxidants you want to have in combination because they are unstable on their own. So always bear that in mind. There's no point purchasing something that just has one antioxidant in it because it's unlikely to be that effective. And if you have oily skin, the one ingredient you need in your routine is niacinamide. If you don't know about niacinamide by now, please head over and watch my niacinamide video because I hold your hand and I take you right the way through it. But niacinamide is basically good for all of us. Anyone with skin of color, that is an ingredient that we want for our skin. It is our friend. Okay, so I did a lot of research for you to find you the top 3. And I know you always ask me, for the top 3 in different categories, but I think it's very important for me to first assess every single brand, every single major brand at least, before I can then come back to you and say, right, these are the best ones. So I think I'm about halfway through your list now, actually. I think I'm doing quite a good job of getting through your list. I think I have maybe 30 to 40 more brands. So those are 30 to 40 more videos that I'm going to make for you, because then at the end of that, I will have a very good idea about the best products and the worst products. And then it'll be very easy for me to make you these sorts of videos where I can actually compile whole skincare routines for you, because I will be coming from a place of knowledge. Right now, I'm about halfway through the list, so I'm going to just tell you my top 3 toners based on the information I have right now. But who knows, in 6 months' time, I may have more information for you once I've completed the list, and I may have more for you. So right now, my top 3 is, if you've got pores or oily skin, my favorite one is Paula's Choice Balancing Toner. If you've got dry aging skin, then I love HADA LABO Anti-Aging Super Hydrator. So again, I would go over and watch my HADA LABO video for anti-aging just generally. I think they're very good for that. If you love Paula's Choice, make sure you watch my Paula's Choice video, because I tell you, Paula, she is one very intelligent lady. I love her products. The only thing I would say is there are just too many products for me to review for you. I mean, even her bestsellers were 24 on the list. So, I did my best. I basically went onto my Instagram and I asked you, which ones do you want me to review? And I hope I've done the ones that you wanted. But Paula, I love where she comes from. She comes from a place of science. She doesn't use any irritants in her products. And so, I think I will definitely be going back to her brand a lot more. I can actually make you whole routines from Paula's Choice, just because there are so many products and I love so many of them. So like I've done The Ordinary, I've done a whole series for you on The Ordinary, where I've literally done layering for pigmentation, layering for aging, layering for acne. I think I've done so many different videos for you on The Ordinary. I can actually do a similar thing if you want for Paula's Choice. So just write yes down below if that's what you want, and that would be helpful to you. Okay, so the next one I like for normal skin like me is COSRX toner. So again, if you love your Korean skincare, make sure you watch my COSRX video. I will be doing more Korean skincare because you have requested it. So make sure you hang around for that. I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. So make sure when you subscribe, you also hit the notification bell for all my videos so I can try and answer as many of your questions as possible. Don't forget to download your free guide for skincare for skin of color, which is also, the link is below. It goes through many ingredients and percentages that are good for us. Because really, I want you to go shopping and feel empowered when you go and look at the ingredients list and not just be bombarded with marketing spiel, because often the marketing does not reflect the ingredients in the product. And with skin of color, we just have to have much higher standards than Caucasian skin, because with Caucasian skin, you know, they can get away with more. They can put on higher percentage acids and they're not going to hyperpigment like we would. So we just have to make sure that we are armed with knowledge when we go shopping. So I hope you found today helpful. Thank you very much for watching.